Alright, wanted to shoot this quick video just to give you my 5 simple steps to pain-free feet. By all means, if you have foot pain, you need to seek some medical advice and have a firm diagnosis first. But if you haven't got a diagnosis, things such as plantar fasciitis, heel pain, etc. often can be helped with these 5 simple steps. These are not in any particular order, but I'm going to run through them with you right now. And if you find them helpful, please leave a comment and like and subscribe to the channel. Exercise number 2 shown here is a simple calf raise. Unfortunately, what we can't see is that I've got a rolled towel underneath my toes, or just a doubled over tea towel is enough, just to cushion the toes from hard surfaces. If you're on carpet, it should be okay. And we're looking at pushing right through the big toe and up into plantar flexion, making those calves really contract and taking the strain off the feet. Next exercise is ankle dorsiflexion with resistance. I've just got this band anchored below my table. You can anchor it to a chair or a table leg like this, and we're aiming to activate the tibialis anterior here, and that acts as a bit of an antagonist to the calf muscles. So we're strengthening both front and back of the shins to bolster the ankle and foot region and give us extra strength to bear the brunt of what we're going through on a daily basis with walking. This will start to burn after a few repetitions, depending on what color band you've got. You can also do that without resistance and just do some isometric holds like so. And really, we're just looking to get this muscle burning and fatigued, build up a bit of lactic acid. And as we go along, we can increase the resistance to bands. And lastly, or you could also do this with some weights, but that's an advanced exercise, so I wouldn't recommend that at the start. Next, we want to look at our footwear, and footwear is not a simple topic. Definitely depends on your needs, but you need to be assessed by someone, sometimes as simple as an athlete's foot, to get a gist of how your feet behave when you're walking. Your walking load will be dependent on this, but also your occupation and obviously any other forms of exercise that you do apart from walking govern what sort of footwear you'll be wearing. So get some advice on that, but a general rule of thumb is have some support around the arches if you have flat feet or are collapsing through the arches. Generally, with these rules that I'm going through, if you strengthen your feet, then you're going to get better results than being constantly shod in big supportive shoes. Secondly, to this point is to give yourself time without shoes on. We're going to be talking about mobilizing and waking up the feet in a moment, and that is exactly why we recommend being unshod or wearing no shoes for periods of time every day. What we're looking at here is lacrosse ball mobilisation of the arches. Firstly, the medial longitudinal arch is shown. For each of these, we're going to put nice and medium to firm pressure onto the lacrosse ball on a hard surface or carpet. And we go for a minute each arch. Secondly, here is the transverse arch across the ball of the foot and the end of the toes. We're mobilising those bones and also loosening up any adhesions in the fascia. And thirdly, the lateral longitudinal arch for another minute or so, loosening that area off and making sure that we get those feet woken up and awake and ready to go. Okay, now we're talking about mobilising the feet, and I guess lucky this is not smell-o-vision because my feet might be a bit pongy after a long day at work here. But what we're aiming to do here is mobilise the bones in the foot and in the toes in particular. One thing where we wear shoes all day is our feet go to sleep. So we want to wake up and basically stretch the webbing of each toe, and this is how I suggest to do it. What we want to do is firstly grab the big toe and stretch it upwards. You can hold this for a long time, but I recommend 5 to 10 seconds each toe, and I'll speed it up for you here. and we go each toe as we go through. So we're stretching each toe upwards into dorsiflexion. Then we do the opposite. We start with the little toe and work our way down. So we pull all the toes up and little toe down. All the toes up and the little toe down. Now at first this might feel painful for some and awkward for others, but I definitely urge you to try this out gently at first and stretch each toe in those movements and really wake the feet up. Once you've done that, we've worked on our lacrosse ball and you can work on the bones within the middle foot, but certainly starting with stretching those toes up and down and then separating the toes finally, literally for a minute or two each foot each day will give you a great result. And the last point there, decreasing our load or resting, is definitely dependent on your needs, your wants, your goals, etc. But a general rule of thumb is to decrease your load by 50% and see how you go. So someone who's walking every day then goes to walking every other day. If you're walking 10 kilometers a day, you back off your load to 5 kilometers a day and see how you go. When we're having a pure rest, definitely that can help in just decreasing the inflammation and associated pains with foot pain. Once you're on the road to recovery, then looking at the same rules of thumb and only starting very slowly, and there's no specific numbers to this one because it is very, very dependent on your needs. But certainly, I'll just reiterate, if you do have foot or ankle pain, this video can help. It definitely shouldn't be misconstrued as medical advice. If you do have pain, go get a diagnosis, go get some treatment from your local trusted health professional. But you can use this information in your own daily lives to hopefully eliminate, abate or ease your pain in the foot and ankle. I hope it helps, and as always, if it did, be sure to leave a comment, like and subscribe to the channel or share with your friends. Thanks and have a great day.